Makita grinder. Yeah, there's the problem. Motor stuff. The rotor is rubbing off the stator and side. They're rubbing together and they're binding up. And it's too stiff to start the motor. Don't be putting the battery into it and testing it because you're going to burn something out. She's a 2017 machine, so she's got about 6 years work done. All the banging about has eventually got the field to move around a wee bit, so the field has now got a bit of play. She's moved to one side and the rotor is now rubbing on that side. It's actually an easy enough fix. It's not too expensive. Take your head off. Pull out your rotor. You can see where she's been rubbing. Bearings are okay. There's your problem. Stator has a big rub on it. So this rotor here has been rubbing there on the stator. So this here's become loose. This plastic housing's wore, probably because of the rust that's on it. Now she's wobbling back and forth. This being a magnet is going to attract this. So she's going to attract and stick to one side and start rubbing and binding up. So long as the plastic's not too badly melted or the windings haven't been burnt up, you can fix this quite easily. A very tight tolerance between the rotor and the stator, very little gap. The closer the gap is, the more magnetism is transferred, more power out of the motor. So higher tolerance, better the motor. Less tolerance, the longer it lasts. You don't want more power, tighter tolerance. So to fix it, you have to adjust the stator. So at the minute, whenever this is running, the stator is too far up this way. So you want to move it down that way. So you want to put a packer in there. Exactly 180 degrees to where the rub is. So that'll be about there. So you need to get a packer down on here. Best packer to use. A bit of paper. That's all you need. About 3 folds. That's enough of a gap to fix this problem. Make sure you're on this piece of plastic, on the actual housing itself. That should be enough. That on, that on. And just carefully put your two halves together, making sure that paper goes onto the fold. This is the bottom. Wee notch always goes to the bottom. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but so we'll put it back the way it's meant to be. Line up halfway. Press her on. Look at that. Make sure holes are all lined up with the housing. Click your head back on. That's what we want. Nice one. What would be wrong with that? (2017) Makita grinder, up and running again. Get a few more years of life out of that now, no problem. That's the DGA 458 brushless Makita grinder. Wee piece of paper fixes it up again, saves you having to replace the whole housing and everything.